Welcome back. This is the last presentation of the sample paper that I have been discussing. Here in this particular part, you have section E, the last part of the paper. It has long answer type questions and they carry 5 marks each. 3 questions are there with internal choice. For example, the first one which is given here, question number 31. You have to attempt any 5 out of the following 7 parts. 1 mark for each part. Okay. This question may not be like this. It may be like a 5 marker altogether without any parts, or it may be 2 plus 3 kinds also. कैसे भी आ सकता है question, but the total weightage will be 5 marks. See the first part. The first part is, we will discuss all the parts. And the first part is, an electron is in 4dz square orbital. What are the possible values of L and M? Quantum numbers, azimuthal and magnetic quantum number. So if it is 4dz square, I don't need 4 here क्योंकि 4 क्या represent कर रहा है? Principal quantum number, वो तो पूछा नहीं है question में. So I will concentrate on D. D, if D orbital is there, the value of L is 2. It is 0, 1, 2, SPD. तो D अगर है तो L की value आ गई 2. And magnetic quantum number, first of all you have to understand that z orbital, by convention, it is considered the main axis of the molecule. ठीक है, तो उसको z लेते हैं. So if you have L is equal to 2, the values of M would be 5 values, -2 से +2 तक. -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. ये सब आपसे पूछा नहीं गया है क्वेश्चन में. They are only asking you the values of L and M for 4dz square. But I am explaining it like this because this is the sample paper discussion. हो सकता है जो information अभी मैं discuss कर रही हूँ ये कहीं पे आपके काम आ जाए. So this is how we revise. Okay. So 4dz square की बात हो रही थी. Magnetic quantum number values are 5. Out of these 5, one electron that we are considering in the question will be in any one. तो z स्क्वायर डी जेड स्क्वायर के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग आप 0 वैल्यू लेते हो. दैट्स वाई m की वैल्यू आप यहाँ पे शो करेंगे 0. देन यू हैव पार्ट बी, 31st क्वेश्चन बी पार्ट. व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ एमिशन लाइन्स when the excited electron of a hydrogen atom in n is equal to 5 shell, fifth shell say, it is dropping to the second shell, coming back to shell number 2. तो emission lines निकालने का तो एक simple सा formula है. You can apply that directly for 1 mark. Number of emission lines, you have 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2, apply the values. So you have n2 minus n1, जहाँ से जहाँ पे drop हो रहा है, multiplied by n2 minus n1 plus 1 divided by 2. So answer will be 6. If you want to understand why the answer is 6, it's very easy. n is equal to fifth shell से ये आ सकता है fourth shell पे. There will be one delta E value corresponding to it, hence one emission line. And from 5 it can come to 3. So corresponding to this energy difference 2 lines, and from here to 5 to 2 directly. So 3 lines are here. But from 4 to 3 when it is coming, 4 fourth वाले level पे जब ये आया, after that it will be coming to third level and second level, क्योंकि वो 5 से 2 कह रहे हैं तो ये भी उसके in between आ रहा है. And then from third level to second level. सेकेंड से नीचे हम नहीं जाएंगे क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में बोला है ड्रॉपिंग टू सेकेंड शेल. तो आपके पास टोटल, इफ यू काउंट, क्वेश्चन में नहीं पूछा हाउ, नो नीड टू गिव ऑल दीज डिटेल्स. आपको क्या करना है, यू जस्ट हैव टू काउंट 1 2 3 4 5 6. ऐसे आया 6, बट आप सीधा फॉर्मूला से बता देंगे ऐसे तो भी यू विल गेट 1 मार्क. राइट, लेट्स गो बैक टू द क्वेश्चन सी पार्ट. The question is, write the mathematical expression for Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Now Heisenberg's uncertainty principle has this mathematical expression. Simple. It will be better if you write what is delta x, what is delta p. Even if you don't write in this particular question, you will get marks, full marks, if you just write the expression. क्योंकि बोला ही ये है राइट द एक्सप्रेशन. दे आर नॉट सेइंग गिव द मीनिंग ऑफ ईच टर्म, सो इट इज़ ओके, इट इज़ अप टू यू. But even if you write this much only, you will get full marks. So here I am explaining what is it. It is the uncertainty in position, and here uncertainty in momentum. That is delta mass into velocity. अब mass में तो नहीं हो सकती uncertainty. So m delta v we write, and the value is experimentally found to be greater than or equal to a fixed quantity h by 4 pi. Right? C part के बाद now D part, state Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Hund's rule talks about filling of the degenerate orbitals, singly filling them first. So it is the statement as it is given in NCERT. You have to write the statement. Okay. Pairing of electrons in the orbitals belonging to same subshell P, D or F does not take place until each orbital belonging to that subshell has got one electron each. That is, it is singly occupied, singly filled with parallel spin. What does it mean? You can take p orbitals. There are 3 p orbitals. So if I have to fill 2 electrons, I cannot fill the electrons like this. This will be wrong. What I have to do, I have to fill the electrons singly first. अगर मेरे पास 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन होते तो 1 2 3 then I will come here and start pairing. That is the rule. Example आपसे पूछा नहीं है, only statement is asked, so just give the statement as given here. That's it. Then they are asking you in the next part, E part, write the electronic configuration of element with atomic number 29. ये exceptional वाला case है. If you remember, copper atomic number 29. So you start with 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. 10 electrons fill हो गए. 3s2, 3p6. And then you have 10 electrons in d orbital and 1 electron in s orbital. 3d10, 4s1. So it will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus 6, 18, 18 plus 10, 28, and 28 and 1, 29 we have filled. If you see the complete series, it should have been logically 3d9, 4s2, but ये नहीं होता. Reason is that 3d10 is fully filled, more stable. That's why you have 10 electrons here and 1 electron here. This is the configuration. Question number 31 we are discussing, and we are at part F. To remind you, you have to attempt any 5. Read the question carefully, but मैं सारे discuss कर रही हूँ just for the sake of discussion so that we don't miss any important information. Draw the boundary surface diagram of this. अब boundary surface diagram में orbital जो आप बनाते हैं, orbital का diagram x and y will be perpendicular to each other like this. तो आप एक पे 2 lobes दिखाएंगे and similarly 2 lobes here on the axis. That will be x square and y square as shown here. This is the orbital diagram. X and y orbitals are shown here. X and y axis are shown here. The d or 5d orbitals, they are dz square, dx square, y square, which is given in this question. Then you have in the plane, not on the axis, dxy, dyz, dzx, like that. So they are asking you specifically this. तो उसका ये हो गया boundary surface diagram. G part, next part. Which orbital in each of the following pairs is lower in energy? This we can find out using n plus l rule. क्वांटम नंबर्स को जब आप ऐड करेंगे, जिसकी वैल्यू लोअर है उसकी एनर्जी लोअर है. So they are asking you which is lower in energy. Okay. So 5d and 4d, if you take first part of G, 5f, that means n plus l की वैल्यू क्या आएगी 5f के लिए? 5 plus 0 1 2 3 s p d f. तो f हो गया 3. 5 plus 3 would be 8. And for 4d it will be 4 plus d का क्या होता है 2, 6. So here 4d is lower in energy. Easy. Same way 6s and 4f. 6s में क्या होगा, n+l रूल के अकॉर्डिंग फॉर 6s इट्स गोइंग टू बी 6 + 0 दैट इज 6 एंड फॉर 4f इट इज गोइंग टू बी 4 + f कितना था, SPDF 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3 SPDF. Remember it like this. So F would be 3 7. So lower energy किसकी हो गई, 6s की. डिटेल्स नहीं पूछी अगेन. विच ऑर्बिटल इज लोअर इन एनर्जी बोला है तो आपको आंसर ऐसे रिपोर्ट कर देना है. दैट्स इट. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 32. डिराइव द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन Kp एंड Kc. इक्विलिब्रियम में हमने किया था ये वाला डेरिवेशन. यू टेक अ रैंडम इक्वेशन where the small ABCDs are the coefficients to balance the equation, stoichiometric coefficients we call them, and capital ABCD, they are capital A and B are reactants and capital C and D क्या है, products. तो आप ideal gas equation के according इसको कर रहे हो solve. First of all you will write the expression of Kc, concentrations raised to the power coefficients, and then using PV is equal to nRT in place of concentration, that is N by V, we can write pressure, okay, divided by R and T. We can do it like that. So here when you write the expression of Kp expression would be this. You have written Kc and Kp, now you have to relate them so that you can find out the relationship between them. तो क्या किया, in place of partial pressure of C, they have written concentration of C, that is this we will be writing, into RT raised to the power C. Same way in place of partial pressure of D, D का concentration लिख दिया, ऐसे करके आएगा बाद में, RT raised to the power small d. Same way here for reactants. And then when you take them together, then RT Kp will be here. You will be writing concentration of C, concentration of A, concentration of B. So if you take the concentrations on one side and the power is also there in each case, तो आप उसको बाहर निकाल लेंगे, that will become Kc. What will be left, RT raised to the power C plus D minus A plus B, ये बचेगा. Now this is delta N, difference in the moles of products and reactants. So that's why RT delta N लिख दिया यहाँ पे. This is how you show the derivation. B part of the question, which is a numerical. Calculate the pH of the mixture. 0.1 molar 100 ml sulfuric acid है and same molarity 100 ml NaOH solution है. आपको calculation करनी है what is the pH. So in this particular question what will we do, we will first write that sulfuric acid dissociates like this. अब आपके पास 0.1 molar, that means 0.1 mole in 1000 ml का 100 ml है, तो आप इसके मोल्स निकालेंगे तो 10 मिलीमोल्स आएंगे इसमें सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड के. 10 मिलीमोल्स 1000 में 0.1 मोल है तो 100 ml में ऑब्वियसली उससे कम होगा. ये कैलकुलेशन की गई है यहाँ पे, तो आपका आ गया 10 मिलीमोल्स. अब ये 10 मिलीमोल्स जब डिसोसिएट होंगे, 1H2SO4 gives 2H plus ions, तो 20 मिलीमोल्स बन गए इसके. एंड देन सेम वे यू विल राइट फॉर NaOH. NaOH में 1 NaOH gives 1 OH माइनस, तो अगर इसके भी आपके पास 10 मिलीमोल्स हैं तो ये उतने ही मिलीमोल्स देगा. 1:1 रेशो है. नाउ नंबर ऑफ मिलीमोल्स ऑफ H plus and OH minus that will be neutralized. आपके पास सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड में H प्लस के डबल मिलीमोल्स हैं बट OH माइनस तो लिमिटेड है, तो ये जितना है उतने को ही न्यूट्रलाइज करेगा एंड 10 मिलीमोल्स ऑफ H प्लस विल बी लेफ्ट. अब ये जो बचा है ये डिसाइड करेगा pH ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन. H प्लस आयंस एक्स्ट्रा है यहाँ पे, तो सॉल्यूशन आपका डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू बी एसिडिक, क्योंकि बाकी 10 मिलीमोल्स तो न्यूट्रलाइज हो गए NaOH से. अब ये बचा, so H plus in the mixture so many millimoles divided by total volume. अभी 200 कहाँ से आ गया, आपने NaOH और सल्फ्यूरिक दोनों के 100 ml ईच लिया था, तो टोटल वॉल्यूम इज 200. और ये हो गया नंबर ऑफ मिलीमोल्स डिवाइडेड बाय दिस, दैट विल बी 0.05 विल बी द मोलैरिटी. नाउ दिस इज द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन दैट आई हैव. पीएच का फॉर्मूला होता है नेगेटिव लॉग ऑफ एच प्लस आयन. आपको लॉग वैल्यूज प्रोवाइडेड होंगी पेपर में जहाँ पे भी यूज़ हो रही होंगी, सो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट लॉग वैल्यूज. पीएच इज नेगेटिव लॉग ऑफ एच प्लस आयन. तो एच प्लस आयन की आपकी कॉन्सेंट्रेशन क्या है? 0.05. ओके, दैट इज 5 इंटू 10⁻⁻². एंड देन लॉग की वैल्यू प्रोवाइडेड होगी. यू कैन राइट द पीएच लाइक दिस. बाय चांस इन केस नहीं प्रोवाइडेड होगी, यू कैन लीव योर आंसर हेयर. But if it is provided, then you have to write the final answer. Only then the question will be considered complete. Then the C part of the same question, define common ion effects. Just the definition, no example, no details. It's a phenomena in which the degree of dissociation of any weak electrolyte is suppressed by the addition of a small amount of strong electrolyte containing a common ion. As it is, आप याद कर लीजिए, as given in NCERT. Instead of giving full paragraph and explanation, you should know the simple definition, or in case of other laws and rules, simple statement. Keep that in mind.